Entrepreneur and you want to reduce the anxiety about speaking in front of camera so that you're able to build your business with video, today's video is for you. I'm going to share with you one key tip that's going to change your whole relationship, give you that confidence you're looking for. Clients in my Confident in a Video program often struggle with the anxiety of putting themselves out there. So they're afraid of putting themselves out there on camera to build up. And anxiety is a huge obstacle because it either stops them from recording their video in the first place, or it's the anxiety of putting themselves out there, which is the second place. Now, I want to address with it. First of all, we want to look at what is anxiety, okay? What anxiety is. And from a definition standpoint, typically it's surrounded by, fear of the future. It's a feeling of dread. It can stop people from putting themselves out there, from getting started. But at its root, typically anxiety is about control, and therefore the lack of control. So in today's video, what I want to share with you is we got to have a little perspective shift around it. The first thing is when we think about someone who is anxious, what happens? They're thinking about putting their video out there and they're thinking, oh my gosh, like what's going to happen? What are people going to say? Are they going to like it? Are they not going to like it? Am I going to get negative comments? Am I going to look bad? Is it going to hurt my reputation? Are people going to laugh at me? All these things, these fears come up. And when we look at it from the lens of control, you don't control any of them. You don't control what people are thinking when they're watching your video, whether it's on their phone or on their laptop at home. You don't control what people are going to think, what they're going to say, how they're going to react. So the first thing that we have to do, and it's really the foundation, is when anxiety comes up, people typically default to avoidance. So they come up, video is recorded, it goes to put it out there, and then boom, anxiety hits them and they think, you know what? I wasn't ready. It wasn't good enough. Let me redo it. Let me see if I can, get it edited. And they start thinking and coming up with avoidance techniques and really coping strategies and stories that are going to help them. Oh, I'll redo it next week and then it'll be better. No, it won't be better. Okay, it won't be better because the real issue is the anxiety. So when we look at this, we have to first and foremost release control. And how we release control is that we have to accept that there's most things you don't control. You don't control how they're going to react. You don't control what they're going to say. So when you can embrace that you actually have very little control about other people, that is where the freedom starts coming in. Because otherwise, you're going to be tight. You're going to be holding yourself back. Releasing that control and embracing that there will be negative comments. That some people will look at your videos and say, oh, that doesn't look good. They're not professional. They made that mistake. Oh, I would do this instead of that. I can't believe they did that. You don't control anything. When you can embrace that, it gives you that freedom, because then it moves into that second piece of control is what is it that you do control? You control your intention. You control your desire. You control your actions. And this is what matters most. When you can give up the control about what other people will think, how they may react, the validation that you might get if they think it's good, the lack of validation if they don't respond or you don't get the reaction, or any reaction really, that is where you start stepping into your power. Okay, that is where you start stepping into your power, when you focus on what it is that you do control, which is your intention. Come back to your mission. Why are you doing this? What excites you about doing video? Because again, you can have all this anxiety and dread, but come back to what excites you. Is it about building your business? Is it about making a bigger impact in the world? Is it about scaling up the message, the reach of your voice? Is it a personal one where maybe you felt shut down for a long time and you struggled with confidence, or something happened to you when you were younger and you didn't feel safe to speak? And this is a personal mission to reclaim your voice, so that by putting yourself out there. Connect with what it is that you control, which number one is your intention. Every time you think about doing your video, come back to why you're doing it. Whether it's to build your business, whether it's to help other people, whether it's a combination of both or something completely different, come back to what you control, which is number one, your intention. And number two is that you are getting better. Every single time that you're doing a video, you're gaining relevant experience. So maybe you're not where you want to be. Maybe you're not perfect yet, which is never going to come. But maybe you're not perfect. The perfectionism is a big one there. It's about coming back to that every time you do it, you're building a skill. So again, number one is intention. focusing on why you're doing it. Number 2 is that you are building a skill. You are getting stronger every time you're doing it. And number 3 is the freedom that you're getting from this. Because in today's world, which I firmly believe we're in a new world right now, it is the exposure era. It is no longer about who you know. It's now more important about who knows you. Because your ideal clients, they might not know you right now. They don't know who you are. But when they see that video out there of you speaking about their problem and providing a solution, and it positions you as the expert, and you make a nice call to action, which they reach out to, they don't need to know who you were before. They don't need to know your network or who you're connected to. The fact of the matter is, in this exposure era, it's about you getting yourself out there, getting your message, getting your face out there in front of your ideal clients so that they can choose you. Coming back to the ice cream method, which I did a video on that before, it's about polarizing. It's about sharing your authentic voice so that you only attract your ideal clients. When you combine those two, number 1, the exposure era, number 2, with the ice cream method, that is where you gain that liberation to start putting yourself out there. And that's where you beat the anxiety. Okay, so that's one way. There's many different anxieties that stop people, but the first one is about control. When you can embrace that there's most things you don't control. You do not control what the audience thinks, how they feel, what they say, what they do. But what you do control instead, this is what we focus on, is that number 1, your intention. Number 2, that you're building that skill set every time you're doing it. You're getting stronger. And number 3, that this is helping you get your message out there. It's going to help you build your business. It's going to help you achieve your dreams. When you combine that and you focus, you'll see your anxiety start dropping because you're less concerned about how other people may perceive you, and you're more focused on how it's going to benefit you. You're going to notice that the anxiety drops and your confidence goes up. So again, that was just one tip to help you reduce the anxiety about speaking on camera and building your business with video. Hopefully it helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if you want to work with us, we do have a Confident on Video program that supports you step by step. To do that, go to levelupliving.com. Again, that's levelupliving.com. Check it out. It's a program where I'll personally work with you to get your message out there so that you can build your business with video. All right, so with that, put your message out there because your ideal clients are waiting for you to show up.